Hi YouTube, this is your girl Missy LA83 coming at you with a very sensitive and important topic, not just for me but I'm sure for a lot of people out there. So this video is very important. I know I said I was gonna take a break from YouTube, and I am taking the break that I need from YouTube, and this video will actually touch bases on why I needed to take the break, why was it important, and just let you guys kind of know a little bit what's been going on as well. So let's get into this because I really want to get this video out there, and you guys can also help me with this. So please stay tuned. Even if you feel like this video doesn't pertain to you, this is hopefully going to be helpful information. And regardless of whether you know anybody or you're going through it personally yourself, or you have family friends that are going through this at this time, I'm sure this could help you, and it could help many other people. So that's where you guys will come in, and I'll let you guys know how. But I'm gonna explain a lot, so this video really needs to get cracking. So I'm gonna put you guys down here for a second because I don't want to be holding you guys. And put a salt shaker here. Here you go. Okay. So the reason why I need to be hands-free because I am on my computer while I'm talking to you guys, and the reason for that is because I want to make sure that I'm giving you guys the right information that you guys need. With that being said, I want you guys to also keep in mind that what I'm going through personally with this situation may not be the same for what you're going through or what your family is going through. So also keep that in mind. All scenarios, all situations are not alike. Every situation and household and a lot of things play factors in this type of situation. So also keep that in mind. I know it's kind of confusing, but let's just get into it. Okay, as many of you guys know, the ones that have been subscribed to me, if you're still subscribed to me as of now, know that I've been going through a lot with my mom. My mom suffers with a mental disorder, mental illness, and it's schizophrenia. Schizophrenia in our family wasn't something that we all knew about. It was not something that we've heard of, nothing that we've dealt with. And the saying is true, unless you're going through it yourself, you never really know about these situations. You never really know anything about it unless you're actually going through it. And we've learned the hard way. I'm not going to get through the whole story of how it started. I mean, I made videos in the past about it anyways. So yeah, I just really want to get to the point of everything. So we've been dealing with this for quite a while, since the age of 16. I am now 32 years old, going to be 33, so it's been quite a couple years. During the time that we moved here from where we used to live, my mom wasn't diagnosed yet, so we didn't know. We just knew something wasn't right about her. We knew there was drastic changes in her, stuff that it was out of the norm in our opinion. And it took us a while till we moved here in the San Diego County area that she was diagnosed with schizophrenia. So we started doing a little of our own kind of research, and also finding out through our doctors and stuff like that what was going on with her. And I'll give you the description of what schizophrenia is, unless you, for those who don't know what it is or what it stands for, what's the definition. Okay. Schizophrenia is a brain disorder in which people interpret reality with abnormality. More than 200,000 U.S. cases per year. So it is a common mental illness in the U.S. and maybe even some outside of the U.S. That's just not counting here. The exact cause of schizophrenia isn't known, but genetics, environment, and imbalanced brain chemicals may play a role. Schizophrenia is characterized by abnormal social behavior. In severe cases, patients may see or hear things that aren't real. Treatment is usually lifelong and often involves a combination of medication and psychological and social therapy. It can't be cured, but treatment may help. Chronic can last for years or be lifelong. Requires medical diagnosis. Lab tests or imaging rarely required. It affects the ages of 0 to 2. Oh, actually, it doesn't usually affect 0 to 2, but it can affect the ages of 3 to 5, 6 to 13, 14 through 18, 19 to 40, 41 and 60, and 60 plus. And it shows that mainly from the age of 14 and 18 through the 60 plus are more likely to be affected by this. Not to say it can't happen to anyone, because it really can. It just, like I said, it just depends. Okay, so that's the range. Okay, so that was that. So yeah, my mom suffers from schizophrenia. Like I said, she was diagnosed once we moved here with that. MHS. San Diego. I should have had this ready. Sorry guys. Now, if you do not live in California, let's say, or you live wherever it is that you live at, no matter the situation, when it comes to mental health issues, it's a variety of things. It's a lot of different things. It can be depression, it can be anxiety, it can be schizophrenia, it can be a lot of different mental disorders. It can be, what's the other one? Anxiety. I can't think of it right now. But it's not just schizophrenia. It has nothing. It's not just a specific mental health issue. It's a variety of mental health issues. I, for one, have not done this video particularly, and I've been wanting to do it, but I've touched base a little bit with you guys in other videos that I was suffering from depression. I was suffering from anxiety. I was suffering from stress and high levels of stress, as well as insomnia and a bunch of other things. My health for the last 2 years was going downhill. I was battling a lot of things on my own, and as you guys, if you guys recall, I did say that I went to see a therapist. I did start seeing a therapist. They did get me on Zoloft. I was taking Zoloft for a while, and I'll explain all my stuff later, but I was going through all those things, and although my mental health issues were a lot different than what my mom was dealing with, it's still somewhat kind of the same effect, except hers is in a more stronger or worse state than mine. But oh god, I feel like I'm all over the place. It's bad. Okay. We've been trying as a family, as a unit, to help my mom and get the help that she needs badly. We've been going to doctors. We've been trying to talk to psychiatrists. We've been calling clinics left and right. And we've been getting doors slammed in our face left and right for like months and years. My mom has gotten off her medication for almost 2 years now. Maybe even more than that. It's been a while, which is why she's starting to get worse. She's starting to decline. It's a lot worse now. But I personally have been helping my dad with a lot of things with my mom lately. And because I'm usually the one to help him with a lot of the things that have been going on with my mom. I'm the one who usually makes the calls. I'm the one that's usually looking for the information. I'm the one that goes with him to these appointments. I'm the one that just deals with a lot of the stuff that he needs supported, back support. And I've learned firsthand how frustrating and how difficult it is to get the help that one needs to help a family member, to help a friend, to help whoever it is that is dealing with these situations, who can't at the right, who doesn't have the right state of mind to do it on their own. They have passed, they are far off the capacity of being able to say they need help on their own, which is why I'm making this video, because I do find that it's important. In today's world, with everything that's going on, with all the things that are happening in our world in general, you know, with high prices of rent, high prices of everything's going up, right? We're all dealing with it. We're all struggling with it. It's all like just a mess. The medical field situation, you know, with Medicaid, Obamacare, all that stuff. While I was for Obama at one point, and I don't hate on him, I'm not trying to get into the political part of it, but I do have to disagree with the Obamacare. Not the fact that it's helping people, but the fact that we're being forced to have something that we have to pay out of pocket when everything already is crazy expensive. A lot of people can't afford Obamacare, and to be forced to pay for something you're not able to pay for is just crazy, in my opinion. You can agree to disagree, that's fine. I get the fact that he was trying to help everybody by having it, but now even they're hiring the price. I don't know if you guys have heard on the news lately, but I've heard about it in the news that they're hiring the prices of the Obamacare, which isn't right in my opinion as well. It's already difficult. So with that being said, there's so many rules and regulations that are stopping so many people from getting the help that they need, and it's just making everything a lot worse and a lot more difficult, if you ask me. As it is, I don't know where a lot of you guys are from, but from where I'm at, even when I lived in LA, the amount of homeless people that are living on the streets with mental illnesses, with drug addictions, whatever it may be, are on a rise. Everybody sees it. Everybody knows it. I've been noticing it here since I moved here. It's getting a lot worse. There's a lot more camps in my area now, even where I live. It's just getting outrageous. It's getting out of control. And I feel like a lot of that stems from, obviously, people not being able to afford to live nowadays, but also they fall into addiction, alcoholism, whatever it is that they get into personally, but also mental health illnesses are on the top of why a lot of these people are unfortunately living on the streets. And you'll see them. I mean, I've noticed it. There's people out there who are homeless, you know, asking for food, asking for money, or work, or shelter, or even just walking around. But a lot of times you'll see them talking to themselves, fighting with themselves, arguing, and you know they're just not okay, which in turn makes me feel very sad, because I don't want that for my mom. I don't want that for my mom. I don't want to see that for my mom. Like I said, a lot of I don't know everybody's life stories. I don't know the backstories of why they became homeless, why they are the way they are. That's a whole nother thing. But I do sometimes wonder, a lot of families can't deal with their family members being like that. A lot of people can't handle it. A lot of people don't have the training, the education, the sources, the financial stability to help their family members to get better, or anything like that. So what ends up happening? They end up on the street. You know, that may not be all it may not be the cases all the time. Also, they're not getting the back support that they need from, you know, sometimes the police, sometimes the hospitals, the clinics. You know what I mean? And what I've been noticing also with this time that we're going through with my mom is a lot of them are leaving it up to them to make the decision to choose whether to get the help that they need, whether to make the decision to give information to their family members or whoever it is that's taking care of them. They're making them choose whether they want to stay and get help or not. And to me, that is wrong. That is the biggest mistake they could do. You're leaving that critical, most important part of them getting the help they need to the people that are not mentally stable, who are not in the capacity to make a decision as important as something like that. So they're sending them, they're declining, they're not giving them the help they need. They're not supporting them. They're letting them go out the same way they walked in, and back on the street, back to their lives, back to their families, who in the same way that they came in, only to get worse and worse and worse over time. And I've been dealing with this for like such a long time. So if you hear my frustration, this is why I'm getting so freaking frustrated. I feel like when it comes to the medical system right now, it's just not right now. It's totally wrong. It's not helping. It's making a lot of things worse. I understand personal rights and the rights of to keep the how do you say, I get what they're trying to do is to let people feel, how can you say it, to make them feel that they still have control, that they still have, so they can still have dignity and all that. I understand that. I worked in the medical field as a caregiver for many years. You know, as you guys know, I worked with people with disability for 11 years. I'm now working in a dementia care facility with people with, that are dealing with Alzheimer's or dementia or whatnot. So I've been in it. I know that there's rules and regulations. There's, the 5 rights. There's HEPA. There's this. There's that. I understand that. I totally agree with it. That's fine. But I feel like, and my boyfriend made a good point yesterday. When they make these regulations, when they make these rules, they do it for a certain person, right? That may have like gone through it, and they fought to make these rules because they felt like they were being violated, or they were not getting the support that they wanted or help personal. So they go forth, they fight, they fight for the regulations, they fight for their rights, they pass the law. But what they fail to understand is that not everybody falls under that same rule. I get it. If the person is all there and you can tell that they're all there and they can make those decisions properly, then by all means follow the rules, follow the regulations, put the laws there in place. But someone who, unfortunately, you guys know my mom is my everything. She was my world. She's my dad loves my mom. My mom is our everything. We are fighting for her because we love her and we care about her and we want her back 100%. We are not going to give up on her. I will continue to fight to the most that I can fight. There's times I want to give up, but not because I want to give up on her. It's just I don't know what else to do. I don't know. My hands are completely starting to get tied. Every direction, like I said, we were going was just doors getting shut. It's a battle that will continue for as long as my mom is the way she is. You know what I mean? And my mom, they're leaving all the decisions to her, which is very unfortunate. Because of that, we're hitting brick walls, because we'll go and we'll find somebody who's willing to help, and we'll tell them, this and this is occurring, this and this is happening, she's doing this now, this is what's going on. They come and they talk to her, and she's a whole different person. She tells them all these different things, like that she's not sick, that there's nothing wrong with her, that we're the ones who are sick, that she's fine, and she doesn't know why we're doing this to her. And unfortunately, they'll try to offer her help, she'll deny it or refuse it, and they'll come to us and tell us, oh, well, unfortunately, I've heard this so many times, I kid you not, I kid you guys not, so many times. Unfortunately, if she's refusing, unfortunately, if she's not accepting it, if she's not gonna voluntarily come and say she needs help, we can help you. Those are the rules, those are the regulations, those are what has been the law. Well, unfortunately, because of that, she's starting to get worse, she's starting to get more aggressive, she's losing her sight on reality. And this is all the stuff we've been trying to prevent for many months and years, and just, we don't want it to come down to the point where she does hurt herself, she does hurt somebody. Why does it have to come to that? Why does it have to happen for anybody to step in and do something? And another thing that gets me very frustrated, and I've seen it in the past on the news, where someone, unfortunately, who is mentally unstable kills a family member, kills themselves, hurts a family member, or whatever the case may be. You start hearing, why wasn't there enough done? Why was the family not doing what they were supposed to do? Why, like blaming, pointing fingers. Why this, why that, why this? It's ridiculous. And now I understand why a lot of that does happen. I understand it, and it's very unfortunate, and it has to stop. It has to stop. It has to stop now. People need to start getting more help. There needs to be more assistance. I know that with the Obamacare, or like over the past years, they've been trying to put more support systems. There's the PERC team I've told you guys about. There's websites like I'm on right now. It's called MHS, which just stands for Mental Health Systems. They have groups. They have groups that you can talk to. There's hotlines. If you want to call in case you feel like you want to hurt yourself or something like that. There's therapy, there's this and that. That's all great, that's fine, that's perfect, that's good. I'm not saying anything bad about that. In fact, I don't think I mentioned this before, but me and my dad are going to therapy, family therapy group sessions, so we can better get information and advice and help on how to deal with my mom when she's home, but also to help us relieve a lot of our stress and our worries and concerns while we're going through this. And it does help. What I'm saying is there needs to be more help in the medical field as far as getting medication, as far as like my mom, who's talking about aliens and about Congress and things that just doesn't make sense. How do you leave stuff that's important to someone like that who can't tell the difference between reality and not reality? How can you leave decisions so big and so important like that to them? And the reason why I'm saying this, and I will touch base more, I'm definitely going to make another video on this, and I ask you guys to please, let's get this out there. Let's make our voices heard. Let's make this more of an issue. Let's make this important. Let's bring more awareness to the mental health issues, because there's a lot of things that are lacking. There's a lot of things that need more improvement, and we need more help than what's going on now. My mom was taken by the PERC team. The PERC team is a team that works with the police department. They are highly trained with this. With mental health issues. They come out. I don't kind of agree with the way that they come out, because they come out in police uniform. They come in police cars, and they will handcuff the patient, which I feel like could be done in a better way, because when they first came out, my mom, not being in her right state of mind, she thought she was getting arrested. She thought they were coming to arrest her for something she did wrong. Because she saw the police car, because she saw them in police uniform, and it just made her more aggravated, more upset, and yelling at them, because she felt like her rights were being violated, as well as, she was telling them, where's you guys' warrant? You guys don't have a search warrant to be here. I didn't steal anything. I didn't do anything. Why are you guys taking me? She didn't understand. They took her. They then take her to the mental health unit or mental health ward of the hospital that you're in, the city that you're in, or hospital that you're in. So she's there now because of an incident that happened. This time around, she was more aggressive, and they started to notice that, which I am happy about, because before she would hide it really well and not make it known, so it was harder for them to kind of take our word for it. Like, it was kind of our word against my mom's word, because she knew how to play the cards. Let me tell you though, that my mom was a nurse back in the day. She did go to school to become a MA, and then she was going to school to become a registered nurse assistant. She was working in a convalescent home. She was an activity director for those places. So my mom is very alert, very aware of all her rights and rules, and all the medical stuff. That's also what's not helping us, because believe it or not, even though we think they're sick, they're a lot smarter than we think. They know how to play the cards right. And my mom was definitely one of those difficult cases where she's stubborn, hard-headed, and she knows her stuff. And so anyways, they have her there now. We were gonna go see her yesterday. They refused to let us in. They refused to let us in because my mom chose not to let us see her. That's fine. But also, they're refusing to let out any medical information on her, and only giving her the paperwork and information, which is not right, because she throws papers away. She hides medication. She throws medication away. Anything that is given to her, she gets rid of it. So, therefore, it does not help us out, because we get no information, nothing at all. Another thing that makes me very upset and dangerous is that they can release her without calling us and letting us know that they released her. You're letting a person who hears voices, who hallucinates, out into the streets, who could potentially get lost, potentially get something, have something happen to them, can get hit by cars, and not let the family know about it. That's what's frustrating to me. That's what's hurtful to me, because I would not want anything bad to happen to my mom. We had to call a search team out for my mom more than once this year, because she has left the house and we can't seem to find her all over our city. We have people looking for her. She was missing from 6 in the afternoon to almost midnight. And I'm glad we found her, because she would have been out there the whole night, because she was too sick, too tired to walk all the way back home from where she was. And we found her quite a few blocks away from where she lives. When we called the police department to ask for help to look for her, they won't do it unless it's a 24-hour a person's been missing for 24 hours. I don't agree with that at all, because something could definitely happen within those 24 hours. Second, even if they go looking for her, they've told us in the past that if she refuses to be found, they can't let us know where she's at, or if they found her, if that is her choice. That's wrong, in my opinion. Very, very freaking wrong, and it needs to change. Again, you're leaving an option to someone who is not mentally there. And that's why I feel like so many homeless people who are mentally ill end up on the streets. A person who is sick, just like a toddler who goes missing, can cover ground pretty far. They can get away from here and be found streets, blocks, even counties down from where they went missing in just a couple of hours. Timing is everything. And the fact that they just so calmly, and I feel in my heart, they just kind of not really brush their hands, but they kind of their calmness about everything is just upsetting to me, because our for the ones that are going through it, we're not calm. Our mind is going crazy, because we're thinking, what is going on to our family member or friend or whatever it is who's dealing with this? Are they okay? Are they fine? Are they alive? I mean, what's going on with them? Well, they're calm about it. I need to breathe. It's frustrating, guys. It's very frustrating. And I'm going through this now. She does have a court hearing sometime this week. I am happy about them finally pushing this, because they're gonna now take it to put it in the hands of the court or the judge, so that she can get her medication by force, because she is refusing to get help and she is declining. But what's getting me upset is they're not trying to involve the family. And we are involving ourselves because we've been there every day. My dad's been sleeping at the hospital every day since she's been there. We've been visiting, we've been calling, we've been talking, we've been doing everything on our part to be there, to let them know that we're not giving up on her, and we're going to be there through this whole process, because we care about our mother and we want her back. We want her to live a normal life. We want her to be home. But we also need the tools and the help that we so badly need to get her back on track, to get her the help that she needs. And that is the part that we need help in, and it's by being able to get her medication, and just letting us know what we need to know about, about her medical background. And if they're choosing not to give it to us, how are we going to be able to get her the help, continue to support her and get her the help that she needs, if they're leaving it to her in her hands, when right now she's talking about unicorns and rainbows? You know what I mean? It just doesn't make sense to me. Okay, guys, I'm going to cut it here because it is 31. I will give you guys more information. I will leave you guys links down below of groups that I've been working with and helping. I don't know if they're everywhere, but just keep yourself informed. Don't give up on your family members. Please don't, because they do look for us for help as much as they push us away. You got to tell yourself it's not them. It's the sickness that is taking over them. They're not themselves. Do not give up on your family members. Do not give up on those that you care about. Keep pushing. We need to get together united and push and change these rules and these laws, because they're not there for the right reasons. They're not helping anybody. They're only making things worse. I will make a part 2. Feel free to leave me any comments or questions. Feel free to share this video. I know I was kind of all over the place. My frustration levels when it comes to this does seem to get a little high. In the next video, I'll try to give you guys more information. I'm gonna look it up now. Leave any questions or comments down below, any concerns that you might have. I'll try to leave links down below in the description. I will make a part 2, so look out for that. Thank you, guys.